All right, let's talk about negative self-talk. I'm going to start off by saying that this is probably my third or fourth attempt at this video to talk to you guys about negative self-talk, which is something that I deal with on a regular basis in my private practice. And yet my own personal negative self-talk kept telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I have nothing good to share. I'm not smart enough. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to listen. You name it. That has been going through my head this entire time. So we'll see if this will be the final time that I try this video to talk to you all about negative self-talk, because we all experience it. And despite the fact that I am a licensed psychologist and has been in the mental health field for 20 years, and have done a lot of work on myself and continue to work on myself, that I still deal with it. So I guess perfect timing. So negative self-talk, I've given you a little bit of a description as to what mine is, but it is any slew of critical things that you say to yourself about how you're not capable, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you haven't studied enough, you're a bad friend, a bad partner, any of that. So anything that sort of talks down to you. So it sounds like your own voice, which can be very confusing. And often the negative self-talk kind of starts from messaging that you received early in childhood. It can come from parents, from your family, from siblings, from teachers. Big one is from society. Society is always telling us what we're not doing right or what we need to do more of. So a lot of times we wonder, okay, so I've got this, what do I do? How do I get rid of it? And I don't know that we ever get rid of it, but we can definitely quiet the voice, learn to not pay attention to it, learn to ignore it, or not believe it, talk ourselves back into the reality of what's actually going on. So how to manage or deal with negative self-talk? First is you have to recognize when it happens. So for me just now, I kept getting halfway through what I wanted to say, and literally at some points I was like, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and click, and I stopped. And I was like, wow, this is funny. Here I am trying to talk about negative self-talk, and I'm doing it to myself. So the first thing is to notice when it's happening. So you hear the voice, you understand what's happening. You can label it as your ego mind. You can call it your critical companion. You can call it whatever you want to, but you just need to identify when it happens and know that this isn't actually you talking to yourself, right? This is the messaging that's been looped in your head for years and years and years, and you don't have to continue to believe it. So acknowledge it and see it. Notice that it's not you. This isn't the purest form of who you are as a human. So you notice it. Then you can begin to use replacement thoughts. So this is where we use like positive affirmations. You can look at what you're saying to yourself and have either a neutral or a positive spin on it. So for instance, I took a deep breath when I was about to start yet another video to talk to you about negative self-talk while it was plaguing my brain as to the fact that I don't know what I'm talking about. Take a deep breath, understand what's happening, realize that this is just a portion of you trying to keep yourself stuck, right? Because if you believe that you're not good enough, you're not going to stick your neck out and possibly find out that you're not good enough or that you're not smart enough. So I took a few deep breaths, tried to center myself. You can also do like a little meditation or grounding, but just take a few deep breaths, recenter yourself. And for me, I just simply said, I have been a psychologist for a while now, and I am actively teaching clients how to do this themselves, and it has worked. So maybe in this moment I'll be able to express my message to you all in a similar fashion and help somebody out there, right? So I looked at the facts. I was fairly neutral and a little positive, saying, you know, I've helped others. Maybe I can help one of you watching this video. And then you just realize when it pops up again and you do it again, and you know, you just keep trying. You just keep being kind to yourself and gentle. And to say, even, I don't have to believe that voice. So find what works for you, right? Find a phrase, a short one works best, a short little phrase to help bring you back to neutrality or back into a positive position to help you feel good. And that can be triggering. So, you know, another piece that I just want to briefly touch on is, you know, that voice that can come up after you do this that says, you know, if I'm nice to myself, if I'm kind, what's the purpose, right?